On the ground, you can sit on a cushion or you can just sit on the ground. I'm going to sit with my legs folded, so just whatever position you feel most comfortable in. You could also sit on a chair. So I've got a good amount of sunshine today. Hope you do too. So we're just going to sit with our legs crossed, whatever position is comfortable for you, hands to your knees, and just let yourself maybe close your eyes and just rest in this position for a little bit of breathing to begin with. So nice deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So you just keep going at your own pace, nice gentle breathing, finding a leg position that suits you. You could be on a chair or on a cushion. So the reason we breathe in through our nose is that it connects deeper into our diaphragm and our lungs, so we get a nice deep connection. And then letting it go through the mouth, we expel that air a little bit faster than we would through our little nose. So we'll go 4 more deep breaths here, breathing in and breathing out. And that sunshine is getting to me now. 3 more. Last 2, I hope you've sunk into the breathing a little bit more. And then we're going to start to move the body here. So the hands are on your legs. On your breath in, you're going to lift the chest up to the ceiling. So pulling against the knees a little bit, arching the spine. And then on the breath out, lowering the chest, rounding the spine, dropping to look at your navel. And I'll give you a side-on version there too, so you can see what the spine is doing. Breathing in, lift the chest, arch the spine. And breathing out, rounding through the spine, pulling in through the tummy. So I'm really actually rocking back into my pockets here, rounding my back, pulling the tummy in. And again, lifting up, arching the spine, open the chest, gentle with that neck and head, please. And exhale to round. So we'll come into this position a few times during class, a rounded spine and an arched spine. So we're just warming up those areas. We'll do 2 more here. Really testing out your ability to tuck your pelvis and rock into your glutes. So coming right down into your buttocks and lifting up. And last one. And lifting up, stay where you are. We're going to place one hand on the ground beside, lift up the other arm, and we're reaching into a side bend. So the hips stay grounded, reaching the arm, breathing into that nice open stretched side. And then lifting up tall to change, of course. And when we've got the arm overhead, we'd like the palm facing into your body, so the shoulder is at a safe angle. And lifting through the torso, so I'm sitting as high as I can through the spine, coming over again to the other side. I always like to do a decent warm up before getting into the heavy stuff. 1 more to the other side, make yourself even. And back to the middle. We're going to bring the hands behind the head here. And then just lift your head a little into your hands. So you're sitting as tall as you possibly can, but those ribs are pulled in. And here we're going to twist. So breathe in through the nose. And exhale, you're going to spiral around to look to one side. Breathing in to bring it back to the center. Exhale to the other side. So try to minimize any movement in the legs and the hips. And just go with the ribs and the spine. And you can hear I'm ringing out my voice as I go there too. Other side, first side. Really reaching around. And the other side. And and back to the middle. So you can even do those ones on your couch or on your desk chair. I'd love people to do Pilates all the time. So coming onto your elbow here, knees bent. And just making sure you're lifted up through that shoulder, that you're not dropping down. And I'm going to pick up my top leg. I can hold on to my ankle, but you could hold on to your knee if that's not quite for you. We're going to pull the knee into your chest and take the head towards the knee. So you're rounding the spine. Then you're going to take the knee back and open the chest up. And rounding. So the spine is doing the same movement as when we were seated, but now we add the leg and the arm. So you can get a good quad stretch there, stretching out the thigh, open the chest, a bit of a pec stretch maybe, pull the knee to nose, stretch it out. We'll do 2 more. Hand on your knee is totally fine. And last one. And then placing that knee down on top of the other, taking the top arm, and you're going to twist back towards the top hand. So a little rotation. And then take that top arm behind the elbow that's on the ground. So we're going a downward rotation. We're reaching as far as you can. You can see my elbow can't touch the ground. That's just as far as I'm going today. And then lifting up, breathing in to twist open. And exhale to twist down. Reach behind you. And we'll do 3 more. Lift to twist up. Exhale back down. And if any of these positions are causing dramas for your elbows or your hips, you could place a cushion or 2 underneath those points. I've got a very soft mat, so I'm lucky. And down. Really drawing that tummy in to get more rotation. Deeper connection, of course, to abs. And down. And last one. And down. Going to do the same on the other side. Swing yourself around. So hand holding onto the ankle or the knee, and you're down on your other elbow. Pulling your knee to chest, rounding through the spine. And then reaching the leg, knee back, opening the chest. So I'm looking away from my body. And again, pull it in. And stretch it out. And again. So here we want to deepen connection to the tummy, pull into it like a calf-tight little ball, open it out, nice quad stretch. 2 more here, guys. And last one. And reach it out, 2 knees together, top arm up. We're going to rotate up to the ceiling. And exhale to twist down. Reaching behind the elbow on the ground as far as you can. And again, lift and twist. And coming down. Three more. Check that you're still pressing actively from that underside elbow. 2. And last one. And sitting up, going to sit on the mat lengthways with your feet on the ground. And sitting up as tall as you can through your spine, so sort out where your legs need to be. We're going to start with our hands just underneath your knees here. Going back into that spinal thing, I love patterns. We're going for that pattern again in the spine. So breathing into the nose. And on the exhale breath, you're going to pull the tummy in and round into the lower back. It's called a roll back. So we're rolling back into our lower back. Hold it at the bottom, breathe in. And then exhale, rolling back up, round spine. and then straighten it up to begin with. So you should start to feel more of your abdominals switch on here. Breathing in, exhale, contract the abdominals, roll into your pelvis, into your pockets. Breathe in at the bottom, exhale, rounding forward and sitting up. If you'd like to advance this exercise, bring your arms away. We're just going to do it without the arm support. I'm really thinking of pulling my pubic bone in towards my waist line. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale to roll up. Certainly feeling abs. 2 more. Breathing out. Squish into the pockets. Drawing deep through the tummy. It should be as flat as can be. Breathe in. Exhale to roll up. And last one with a bit of a surprise, because we like surprises. Rolling down. And hold it here. We're just going to go a little bit further back and a little further up. So little pulses at your end range. Try not to do it with the arms, but we're doing it with the tummy. So I'm thinking I'm just going to curl up over my ribs a little bit more and then sink back down a little bit for 4, 3, spine not arms, 2, and 1. Sitting all the way up. Let's bring the arms overhead so you can have a good stretch of that torso. And 1 more here, if you can, arms on the legs. If you need to, totally fine. Rolling back through the abdominals. Pivot that pelvis, squishing into your lower back. Hold it at the furthest range. Little rock down and up. Doesn't have to look like much, but it's going to feel like a lot. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can lay on your back now. Arms by your sides. And feet are just underneath you in a bent knee position. Arms by your side here. Resting down. We're going to bring the arms up and to a bent elbow position. So that elbow's right above the shoulder and they're quite square here. I'm going to breathe in to open them to the outside. And if you can, get your elbows to the ground or your hands to the ground, give it a bit of a press down. And then take the arms up and together. See if you can give them a little press together. If your elbows or hands don't touch, don't worry. Just go with whatever can touch. Elbows, arms out to the side. Press down into the ground. And then closing the arms. Little squeeze. So just checking in with your spinal position whilst you're here. Do you want a little gap in your lower back so the pelvis is settled in neutral? And you want the ribs to be down and unaffected by the movement of the arms. So you're keeping nice postural positions. Arms together, little squeeze. Arms out to the side. Little press down. We'll go 2 more. So just warming up the shoulder girdle, getting a nice open sensation through the chest. We all like a pec stretch, I think. Close. And now we're going to keep the arms open, so elbows on the ground. And you're going to lift the hands and then twist the arms so the hands are going down by your sides. And then lift the hands and place them palm facing up. So we're doing a little rotation at the elbow and shoulder joint. I'll show you from like a bird's eye view if you're unsure. We're pivoting this way. And then we're going to pivot down as far as you can. So twisting at the shoulder joint and the elbow joint together. Now you might find that one doesn't turn as much as the other. That means you're human. Just be aware of it and see if you can relax through the joints a little bit more to get a little bit more movement. So we're twisting the arms down and up. Nice and gentle. Think about the corkscrew in your shoulder joint. And last time, twisting the hands down and twisting the hands up. So palms are facing up, hands and elbows are at the ground. This time we're going to slide along the ground to reach the arms overhead, trying to keep your chest down and your elbows and hands down. And then bend at the elbow joints again. So stretching arms overhead, reaching away, and bend. I'll give you that bird's eye view as well. So from here, we're just sliding along the ground to reach overhead and bending the elbows back. So you're really trying to touch the ground with the elbows and hands. You might not get to straight arms. Just 2 more. Opening up through the chest. Keep that pressure going into the ground. Don't give yourself a carpet burn though. And last time. And bringing the arms all the way down by your side. Using a bit of that warm pressure to press down into the mat. Opening the shoulder blades and collarbones here. Focusing now on the leg. I'm going to pick one leg up and then stretch it out and pull it in towards you. So bend and press with that one leg. Again, trying to maintain neutral pelvis, neutral spine. So you've got a flat pelvis, little gap in your lower back. And as you move the leg out and in, trying to maintain these. So we're turning the tummy on, a little bit of a draw down. Focus on a tight belt around your belly. Leg goes out and in. Pretty simple. We're going to build on this though. Now keep the legs straight. Flex the foot so the heel is kicking out. You're going to lift that leg and lower. Lift and lower. Again, really trying to keep your pelvis level. So the tendency is for us to lift the bum. You're going to try and keep it down and just work on that hamstring range of that leg. 2 more. And 1. And then bend that knee. We're going to do the other leg here. So bend and press firstly. Stretch the leg out. Pull the leg in. And you can imagine if you've been on the reformer bed that you're pressing into the foot bar and pulling yourself in. So there's a bit of energy in that working leg. Check in with your spinal positions, tummy drawn in, deep breathing. Maybe we forgot about the breathing for a moment. And then keep the legs straight and long. Lift it up to your range and bringing it down. Lifting up, kicking that heel out. Trying to keep nice and steady in the body. 4 more. Up and down. 3, 2, and 1. Place that leg back. So 2 bent knees. We're going to weave interlacing the fingers and bring them behind your head so they cradle the head. Breathing out, you're going to curl up through the head, chest to look at your knees, a little chest lift, and breathing in to lower back down. So you should feel a little bit more of your upper abdominals here, around the ribs and the midsection. Don't worry about how high you go. You want to keep breathing out and really wrap through the waistline. 2 more. Now keeping that chest lift, so your head is lifted, looking to your knees. You're going to lift that one leg, pull it in towards you, and then as you lay down, you stretch the leg out. Knee to nose, stretch them away. 4 more. If you want to advance this exercise, you could lift the other leg to tabletop, or you could take your arms away from your head and just use the head independently of the arms. And last one. And then we go long legs. So you're going to lift the head of the leg and place them down. And down. And just watch that, again, you're not lifting the bum. I'm only getting my leg to about 90 degrees. You might get further or less. And last one. And down. Now you know what we're doing on the other side. So switch legs, curl your head up, knee to nose, breathing out. Breathing in, stretch them away. And if you need to rest your head for all or a part of these movements, totally do that. 3 more. I can hear my knee clicking. And last one. And then we go long legs. So kick the leg up, knee to nose, and down. And down. 4 more. Check your pelvis and your butt position. And 1. Resting down. Just take a moment, knees and feet together, and take the legs over to one side. Big breath in. And rock it back to the other side. Let your breathing settle. We've got 1 more round of those abs to go. And across to the other side. Last time. And back to the center. Lifting up through your chest lift. And we're going to lift that single leg and the other leg to meet. You can have your hands behind your head or bring both hands to your legs here. We're going to change the legs over. So 1 stretches, 1 pulls. 1 stretches, 1 pulls. Keep going. We've got 8 more walks. We call it single leg stretch. Hands behind the head is totally cool. Head down, also fine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold on to your knees. Rest your head down. And we're going to go the double leg doozy if we can. So whichever double leg version you can do here. I'm going to start with my hands behind my head, curl up. Come to straight legs. Go up to the ceiling first. And then we're going to lower the legs down slowly and bring them back up when you need to. So we're trying to keep them flat abdominals and lift. You could do 1 leg at a time if you just want to ease the pressure off a little bit. Or for your 2 legs, go 2 more reps. And rest your head, rest your legs. We're going to rest the abs a bit now. Arms down by your side, pressing your palms down. And we're working on a pelvic curl or a hip roll now. So breathing out, you're going to pivot that pelvis, pressing into the lower back, and then rolling the hips up off the mat into a bridge position. Breathe into the chest, and exhale, rolling down through each vertebrae, all the way till your pelvis is again neutral, flat on the ground. And again, tuck the pelvis. So we did a couple of positions when we were seated where we tucked the pelvis round the spine. There it is again. Breathe into the chest and exhale, rolling down through the spine. As slinky as your body can be. It might have some chunks in it, don't worry. Keep going. And yes, you should feel the engagement of the glutes and the hamstrings here. So I'm cinching those muscles in to really lift my pelvis Keeping the tuck in the pelvis, nice steady ribs. And rolling down. We'll do 2 more just plain, Jane. Using the glutes, hamstrings, pressing down into the ground, lifting the weight of the hips, rolling back down. And next one, we're going to meet at the top. If you'd like to advance already, lift your arms to the ceiling, otherwise they're down. You're going to lift just one heel off the ground and back down, pressing into the ground. Lift the heel and press down. So we're walking one heel up and down, and then the other heel lift and down. Keeping your glutes engaged, your hips lifted, should feel a bit of calves, heat building in the back of the legs as we're holding it up there. Keep going with the heels for 4, up and down, 3, 2, and 1. Both heels down, roll down through the spine. Take a little moment, breathing in. Exhale, we're coming up again. Keeping the hips lifted. We're going to go double heels this time. 2 heels lift and lower. And just check your balance in the balls of your feet. If your feet roll inwards or outwards, can you press a bit more maybe through your big toe or your little toe to keep yourself steady? Up and down with the heels, using the pelvis, tuck it under, glutes on fire. 3, 2, and 1. Heels down, roll all the way down. A little break on your back, or you can pull your knees into your chest and give it a little rock side to side. Last repetition of our pelvic curls here. Hands down, feet down. Rolling up to the top position. Press down through the heels. We're going to lift one leg to tabletop position. Hold it for a moment. Place it down. Lifting the other leg. Hold it. And down. One more on either side. You can lift your arms to advance the exercise or straighten the leg. And down. Last leg. And down. Rolling down through the spine. We've forgotten about our abs, haven't we? Now we're thinking about our legs. Rolling back up. Again, we're doing the marching. We're going to try for 4 on each side. Lift one leg and down. Steady through that side. Try not to change your positioning. And down. And again, lift. And down. If you need a rest in between, you can, or we can advance it as well. Arms up. That was 3. And here we go for the 4th one. 4. And last one. Down. And rolling all the way down onto your back. Pull the knees into your chest. Give it a little rock side to side. And we're going to finish off on our back in a second here. Just going to go out on some fireworks. We're coming up into a crisscross here. So bring your hands behind your head. Knees are still bent into your chest. And then you're going to curl up through the head and chest. Extend one leg away and curl up towards the bent knee. So we're going diagonally. And then change them over. And change. And change. So you want to think about the rib to opposite hip connection as you come sideways. If you'd like to advance this, you can go long leg the whole time. Alternatively, one leg down, just go on that side. We'll all come down for a little break here, knees into chest, doing one little round of whichever one you chose, long legs or foot on the ground, curling up and going side to side. Don't worry about where the elbow goes. You want to pull deep through the waistline. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Oh, nice and warm. Gonna roll onto one side here. So the standard one is just to keep laying on your arm here, and we've got the bottom knee bent. You could also come up onto your elbow if you want to make it a little bit more advanced here. Gonna go down on my arm. So the top leg is just gonna lift and lower down. Really trying to kick that heel out so you can feel the glute, the side of your butt, lifting that long leg. And just remembering the last exercises you did where you had a little bit of tone in your abdominals, so we're not all splattered out there on the mat. And then keeping the leg halfway lifted, we're drawing circles as big as you can, steady through the midline. Check back in with the breathing. Circle the leg behind as well as in front. Don't kick your furniture though. And then reverse the direction if you haven't already. Circling forward and back. Still with my hand on my tummy here because I'm testing out whether I'm rocking through my side or I can move my leg independently of the body. And then bring that leg halfway down again. Heel is kicking out. We're going to swing the leg forward. Pulling the leg back. Swing the leg forward. And back. So again, we're testing out that hamstring range, pelvis positioning, and getting the glutes involved. Forward and back. We'll go 2 more. Forward, back, and bring it down. Coming up onto your elbow, everyone here. Knees are bent. You're going to come into a little side plank position here. So squeeze the legs together, and on the breath out, we're going to lift up from the side, lifting our hip, breathing out. Here we are, lift the hips. Hold the position up there for a moment. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Breathing out, lifting up. Now, if you want to advance it, you can straighten the legs to hold it up there. And bring it down. Go 2 more. Lifting the hips, really drawing the waistline in, reaching up to the ceiling. And last one with a little surprise on the end. Hold the lift for 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay with it here. You're going to bring the arm overhead and lift the hips. Look down to your arm on the ground. Come back to the side. Stay lifted. Increase the lift in the hips. Twist to look down at the arm. And then come to the side. 2 more. Lift the hips, whichever long leg, short leg version you've got. And last time. And down and rest. Coming to the other side here. The whole shebang. So laying out on your arm or on your elbow if you wish. Top leg long. I'm going to lift and lower. So it does really help to flex the foot and kick out that heel so you can feel it in the back of your hip. Breathing, settle your breathing. Lift and lower. Another image is nice to think about someone pulling your leg away. So that way we're stabilizing the pelvis a bit more rather than letting the leg push us around. 3 more. 2. And 1. Coming halfway down and drawing circles with that leg. As big as you can stabilize. 4. Big circles. Someone reaching your heel out and away. And then trying the other direction. Check in with your breathing. Hopefully you haven't locked it all down. And then keeping the leg halfway here, we're going to swing the leg forward in a kick and bring it back. Keeping straight legs, so we're just hinging at the hip joint here. 3 to go. 3, 2, and 1. And coming back, bend your knees. We're going to sit up on our elbow. You could also do 2 straight legs with the top leg in front if you'd like to do that plank. If you want to come onto the hand too, you can do that too. Just going to go moderate today. Breathing out, lifting up the hips, pressing down through the elbow, reaching the arm up, squeeze the legs, hold, breathe, and rest. Breathing in. Exhale up. Pull that waistline in, working for you. Press into the ground, reach through the top arm, and then you've forgotten about the counts. Come on down, breathe in. Lifting up, reaching. If your neck fatigues, look down at the ground. Holding for 2 more counts. And then last one, coming up with the surprise at the end. Hold the position, squeeze the legs, reach, lifting the hips, turn towards the arm of the ground and back through the side. Lift the hips, turn and back through the side. 2 more. Lift and twist. Last one. And coming all the way down. All right. Coming up onto our knees. Just in the center of your mat. I'm just making sure I've got my feet on the mat behind me as well, or else it kind of throws you off a little bit in this position. So legs are just hip distance apart. And I'm really trying to open up the front of my hips. So I've got glutes on, ribs in, and hands come behind the head here. Lifting up nice and tall. I'm going to take a little side bend. Nice stretch down through one of the sides. And then lifting up, using the waistline to get you there. And the other side. Just be careful of those sneaky shoulders that they stay away from your earlobes. And up, nice and slow, working through the waist. Over to the side. And up, last one. And coming up. Reaching your arms forward here. Just make sure the shoulders are plugged in. Keeping the glutes engaged. We're going to lean back through the body and reach forward. I'll show you the side version. So you can see that the whole body is coming back, whole body coming forward. We call it thigh stretch. So you should get a stretch there and engaging through the back of the legs. Back and forward. If you want to advance it, bring your arms overhead. Back, forward. Using those legs. 2 more. Last time. And rest for a moment. Sit down on your heels. Reach your arms across the mat or out in front and dropping your head. Have a deep breather for a moment. And coming on up, back into your high kneeling position here. Just make sure you've got your feet on the mat behind you, evenly pressed down through the knees. Lift it up through the torso, hands to the hips. We're going to change the movement a little bit here. Have a bit of faith with yourself here. As you lean over, those glutes are on fire. As far as you can, then drop the bottom hand towards the ground, and you're going to lift that knee off so you can actually touch the ground. Straighten out that leg, and we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Really pressing those hips forward so you can feel stability in that underside leg. 2 and 1. Bend that knee, bring it in underneath you, and slowly lift up so one takes over when it needs to, and we do the other side. So it's a little bit of a balance challenge as well. To the side, knee will gently come off, catch the ground, stretch the leg out, lift and lower. Pressing away from that ground, pressing the hip forward that's stabilizing for you. 2 more. Bringing the knee in and slowly coming up. Ooh, might fall, don't have far to go. And to the other side, as far as you can before you need to lift that knee. Up. Now this time, I'm going to take that top elbow forward and the leg back. So you're twisting through the side and then back to the front. Leg and arm away on the diagonal, back to the middle. Try not to drop down through the supporting hip. Last time. And then fold that leg in, coming back the same way, slow and steady as possible. And last time on the other side. Hand down, catch yourself, and leg out. You're going to take the leg back, the elbow forward, and back to the side. Leg back, elbow forward, twist. 2 more. And last one. Fold that leg in and lifting up. Whew, I'm sweaty too. We're going to come into a little quad stretch here. So one leg forward, the other knee down. You could have a cushion under your knee if you'd like. Legs active, you're going to press forward to stretch out the front of that hip even more so. Let your breathing return back to more normal. It's a very sunny day today. Feeling very warm. Now we just want to make sure that this knee doesn't go further than the toes on the ground. It just puts the knee joint at too much strain. So making sure that you've just got that aligned and you're using the muscles in the leg to stretch it out. And coming back, changing legs, pressing forward. Watch where the knee angle is, using some glute activity, hamstring activity on the bottom leg to press forward and thinking of sitting tall. Nice, slow, deep breathing. We all love a good stretch, hey? And coming back. We're going to come on to our tummy now. If you know you like to have your head supported with a cushion, you might like to grab a cushion. So coming down onto your tummy and your head is resting on your forearms. I'm going to turn the other way around so you can see me a little better. Yeah. Legs just where you need them, nice and comfy. And we're going to bring one arm out to the side at that right angle bent elbow position. Hand is resting down on the hand. You're going to lift the elbow and hand off the ground and then reach it forward to straighten it out. Bend it back in and place it down. So lift the elbow, bent elbow, hand, reach forward, bend it back in and back down. If you'd like to advance this exercise, you could have your head hovering here. Keep going with the arm. Reach, bend, and down. So it's the same as what we did on our back. You want to feel the activity in the back of your shoulder, shoulder blade, rotator cuff, mid-spine. Hopefully not too much around your neck. So keep that angle wide when you reach forward. 2 more on this arm. Lift, reach, bend, and down. Last time. Lift, reach, bend, and down. Switching arms over, one under your forehead, the other one down, bent by your side. And you're going to lift that elbow hand, reach forward, bend, and lower down. So if you'd like, you can bring your head into a little hover. And down. I'm going to go 5 more. Lift, reach out, bend, and down. So focusing on engaging through the shoulder blade, the back of the shoulder, rotator cuff. And last 2. And 1 more. Lift, reach, bend, and down. Taking your 2 arms by the sides of the mat, so bent elbows, hands are down on the ground. And we're just going to lift the head into a little hover. So my neck is long. I'm looking down at the mat. Now we're going to try and lift both arms. So lifting the elbow and hand at the same time. And down. Keep your head lifted. Lifting the elbow and hand. And down. Feeling a little squeeze of your shoulder blades around your spine. 2 more. And 1. And see if you can hold that there for a moment. Test it out. Reach one arm forward. Can you reach both arms forward? And bring both arms back in. Stay lifted if you can. 1 or 2 arms forward. And back in. 2 more times. 1 or 2 arms forward. And back. Last time. Forward. And back. And resting down. We're going to come up onto hands and knees. 4-point kneeling. And just doing a little dance of the spine. So cat stretch, side to side. Just to wiggle out that extension exercise. And coming to a really nice 4-point kneeling rested position here. We're going to take the cat stretch. So drop the head, rounding the spine, breathing out. Breathing in to reach away, tailbone back, chest forward. 2 more. We know this one. Flex and extend. So hopefully now you'll flex and extend from when we did it at the start seated. Feels a little bit more mobile, a bit more connected. Last one. And coming to a neutral position, so your head and pelvis are in alignment, and you're really pressing away from the ground. I always think the back of my hairline reaches towards the ceiling, so nice and strong. We're going to extend one leg out the back, toes down, and the other arm forward, fingertips touching. So we're going opposites here, by the way. One right, one left. And we're going to lift the limbs. And then back to the ground. And lift. And back to the ground. So again, we're trying not to change the spinal or pelvis position. Ribs drawn in. Working on our balance. Doesn't matter how high the legs go. Lift and tap. We'll go 2 more. Lift, tap. Last one. And bring them back in. Just having a cat stretch in between, or you could sit down on your heels if you like. Of course, we're going to go the other side. So neutral pelvis and spine, extend one leg, toes out the back, one arm, fingers down. And then we're going to lift the limbs and lower. Check in with your supporting shoulder so you can really press away and keep straight through the spine and the arm. And down. Now if you need to come to a fist on the ground, that will help with your wrist if you like that. 3 more. 2 and 1. And coming back to your cat stretch or your child's pose, whichever one you choose for yourself, down here or up here. And we're going to once again come to the first limbs that you had out. So one arm and one leg. Lift those limbs so they're floating in the air. This time you can bring them away from the center line of the body, out to the sides and back to the center line. Out and away and back. Focus on the abdominals and the spine. It's going to make it a lot steadier. 2 more. Out and away. Back to the center. And 1. And take them down. Hope you didn't go too wobbly. Give it a shot. Other arm and leg. Lift them. And they go out to the side. Back to the center. Focus on that cinched in abdominals. Reaching up through the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Knees under. Let's sit back in the child's pose. Drop your head down. Knees as wide as you like them so they can stretch out your inner thighs if you like a little bit. And then slowly lifting up. Tuck your toes under at the back. We're going to roll up to standing. So lift your hips, rolling up through the spine, coming up to stand. And just finding a central part on your mat to stand on. Feet just hip width distance apart, standing nice and tall. Arms down by your side. See if you can close your eyes for me here. You're going to take the body weight onto one foot and then lift the other foot and see if you can balance on that one foot. It's okay if you need to open your eyes or keep one of your toes down on the ground. Ride the little rocks and waves. They're going to be there, they're just trying to sort you out. Steady. And then place that foot down and over to the other side. Lifting the other foot, keep your eyes closed if you can. You can have a hand on the wall or something if you need to. Hold it if you can. The rocks are going to happen. Place it down. And last one on either side. Taking that foot up. Let's open our eyes here. Just making sure you're not going to kick anything around you. We're going to take that leg back, lean forward over the standing leg. I'm going to kick the wall. Leaning forward. Try to keep that standing leg as straight as possible. Leg out the back, arms where it suits. Out front, outside. Just hold your balance. And then see if you can take that leg back, down. So just stand on one leg. Can you close your eyes for a moment? Test it out. And bring that foot back down. We're going to do the balance on the other side. So lifting the foot, eyes open please here as we swing that leg back. Coming into a standing balance on the one leg. You can see my foot shaking like crazy. And stay there for a moment. Maybe think about the length in the spine, the abdominals on, so you're nice and steady. Slowly bring that leg back in for a standing position on one leg. See if you can close your eyes for a moment. And placing the foot down. We're just going to bring the heels together here lastly. So we're in a little Pilates V position. Heels together, toes to the outside. A little bit of a squeeze from the inner thighs, lifting up through the torso. And we're going to lift those heels up into a little hover. And then back down. Little lift. And down. A little bit of a calf raise. Now as you lift up, can you really squeeze those heels together, draw the ribs in, and imagine your head floating to the ceiling. Keep your head as high as you can as you come down through the heels. I want you to feel like you're being stretched out, that sense of length through the neck and the body. And again, lifting the heels, little squeeze, ribs in, chest open, head floating to the ceiling. Keep that sensation of length in the spine and the neck as you lower the heels down. And we'll go just one more there. So lifting up through the heels, tall through the spine and the head, all your little checkpoints. And then lower down through the heels. Keep that nice long neck, arms rest. Take a second just to have a good deep breath, eyes closed. Feeling nice, tall and warm. Nice to have you with us and good to see you. And we'll be sending out, of course, the class to you online as well. Thanks.